Welcome once again to Alderan Games uh, Amateur Hour Streaming. uh, I am Alderan Games. I was thinking that I would continue working on the chatbot and idle game. I did some work over the weekend, not a whole lot. I was just trying to get the points to sync between the database and the application, the view, and I am very confused as to why there's decimals, because right here, let point value equal math.floor player 0 points, which just got idle time added to it, which is 1 point every 10 seconds. So we add that. And then the point value, point value, and there should not be any there shouldn't be any decimals there. I guess that's on join. The log chat is where things are. Okay. But you know, the math.floor date.now minus player last active Right, well, that should be TS. Minus player last active, but divided by 1,000 and then divided by 10. So there shouldn't be more than one decimal digit. I'm confused. And, you know, if I chat here, then the next update should get maybe the decimals are on the local end. Maybe. Let's look. Points equals players p dot points, but players points and the neuro that's stupid. That was silly. Look up in players by Twitch ID, the Twitch ID. Why? We already have the Twitch ID. It's right here. Because we got it right here. We got the Twitch ID. So, anyway, okay. So points should equal the points that we get from the server when we get the server update. So the points in the server Huh. Huh. Interesting. There's a decimal package. Parse int. I guess I could parse int. So you parse int and then you divide. And then substring. Maybe if I just parse int for the display, then it doesn't matter what the value is in the database. If I parse int, it's just an int. Right? Right. So now I don't even need it there. We undo that. We'll leave the database alone. We'll go into the display part, and here we'll just do parse int. Yeah. Parse int, right? Parse int. Yeah. And okay, now I'll get the server update. Ah, much better. And now we'll do yet. I was clicking in here, dang it. Yet another test. And that should be 37 points somehow. Maybe because I should have been plus 10 for chatting. That's still a lot more points than it should have been. Maybe eventually I'll figure this out. But hey, at least there is now. No more decimal. We're going to pop into Discord. Tell my daughter. Got rid of the decimals. A little hacky, but done. Okay. Because if there are, if I track partial points, yeah, if the updates come into the database too frequently and they get partial points from the time calculations, you know, then I want that to still count. And if I just parse int at the database side, then the partials will never count. And if somebody chats a lot, they'll actually not get as many points as they should. And I didn't want that. So I, well, I fixed it. Let's see what that does. Turn on the logs and run to the bottom. Oh, I don't have anything calling update players. Let's go to get server update. Fetch. Wait. Player data and online players. Yeah, so this is kind of where it would be. Update players. Yeah. So we just created update players. Okay. So should now get come on. I know it's low, but it's a cheap service. I don't want to overload it. I don't want to get kicked out because then I'll have to build the whole freaking server myself somewhere. And while that might not be hard, it's just time consuming. Anything? Oh, great. Why no? You refresh. Tell me if there's a client side issue. Let's see what happens there. Uncaught in promise. Cannot read properties of undefined. Reading length. Get. Wait. 404. Update players. But I said update player. It's over there. It's here. Oh, wait. It's there, but it's not here. There's the root. There's logs, which doesn't work anymore. Online players and player data. So player data does get players. That's my fault. You update. Update players. There. Now it should do something. Maybe give me my info. P in players. P is 1. Okay. All right. At least I got last active and last point time. Dang thing updates a lot. Oh, we got 0 and 1. Yeah, they're both showing up. Good times. I'm not returning any of it, so there's no display yet. I was expecting that because we selected, we did not return. Whereas up here, when we got players, we returned the select star. So now that we select star from players, P is integer index into players. So if we want anything from them, so that means that last point time should work. And bar last active equals players p dot last active. Yeah. And s equals date dot now. I'm going to say to do idle time switch for idle point idle difference points. Basically, if you're active more, you get more points. If you're just idle, or like, you came in, you joined the game, and then you've never come back, you're still idle. So you'll still get points, just not as many as people who are actually coming in and idle, lurking or something. And a difference should be there between lurking and what's it called? Lurking and idling, and just not being there at all, which is idling. So, I want the time switch. So, if you've been idle for, say, 6 hours, then you get into the idle point collection as opposed to the active point collection. I could have it slower than that. I mean, less time than that, like an hour. Like, if you haven't chatted in my chat room in an hour, you get less points than if you've been chatting like the whole time. But even then, you don't have to chat except for like once an hour to continue getting good points. It's just a thought. And everything that happens in the chat room actually counts as chatting to this system. So if you put up an emote, or if you just do anything that shows up for anyone else in the chat room, it counts as a chat, and you're active again. So it's simple. And I might have a like an extension of that time if you actually use the lurk command. Like, if you say you're lurking, then you don't have to say anything to stay active for like more time. I haven't decided the times yet. I haven't even written the code yet. So, it's just what I'm thinking. Meanwhile, we've got our timestamp. We've got our last point time. We've got our last active time. Last active is only necessary for that to do. because otherwise we're just giving out points for last point time. So our points equals TS minus last point time divided by 1,000. What was that? Divided by 10. Players T dot points equals points. And then return players. Oh, I should. Wait, does it? Well, that's interesting. Because this isn't actually updating the database. And it doesn't technically need to. Because we could just let it do this. It calculates it for all the players, everywhere, all the time. And then when somebody chats, it updates their last active, their last point time. It updates their last active time too, but it updates their last point time, and that actually saves the points. So then this would just, I think. Now I really think I need to make a database editor. What is going on with those points? I got 1,000 points. And then 1 point. But then 1,000 points. I think. Timestamp minus last point time. Divided by 1,000. For seconds instead of milliseconds. And then divided by 10 for 1 point every 10 seconds. Why am I getting 1,000 points? Maybe that? We got refreshed. Players come up. With a, there they are. Got our players. Next up, we should get the point updates. Update players. 139. Weird, but okay. And then we just push to 140. And then server update should happen. And we shouldn't notice. Okay, server update happened. We got 1 more point. and then this adds a point, and then the server update should happen, and we shouldn't notice. No, we noticed. But it's much better. And that's just the time sync issue that I need to fix with how long it takes for the little circle to grow in the Neuros. And now I'll chat and break it. Chat and break. And then the update should come from the server. Not broken? Ah, okay, now that's broken. 0. That's not very nice. I mean, I know why now. I get it. I see it. Points equals last point time. Not plus equals. We didn't get the points from the player. We just assigned it. And that's not right. That should be plus equals. That was a problem. Maybe I fixed it. Let's let it come back up and see what it looks like. Bam. 60603. 04. And server update showed up in the middle, gave us another point. Because I think this is much longer than 10 seconds. So the server's giving us a point every 10 seconds. And when the server updates, we get the server plus. So I think this is actually running about 20 seconds. Because it seems to be about the same amount of time. Although I did introduce some randomness to how fast these grow so that everything didn't all flash at the same exact moment. Okay, so now that we have that, let's see if it breaks again. Six oh six 10, 11, 12. There's my 10 points for the chat. It's working. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? It's working. I can make adjustments. I mean, the points are happening. Ah, okay. Okay. The points are happening. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Let's, let's refresh and see it again. So there's nothing until the client web page polls the server and gets the list of players. When it gets a list of players, it creates the Neuros with the default of 0 points. Then it updates from the server to get whatever points they actually had. And there they are. And that's pretty cool. Points are saved. Points are saved. And there's nobody to celebrate with me because my audience is either imaginary or future because they're not here. A little bit sad, but you know, maybe someday. Maybe someday. So, next thing. I mean, it's a bigger thing than I kind of thought. It shouldn't be that big. I just tend to have a grand planning mind. These guys are fixed in position. They're added, and I they just keep going to the left or right. The positioning of the Neuros is not good. What I want to do is go into the Neuros. X is 0, Y is 0. So, I mean, in index, where we create the Neuros, I'm sure exactly where that is. Init. Oh, I didn't create them there. So tick is for all the animation of the things, and then server update is every 10 seconds, which is kind of frequent for a web thing, but I think it's okay. Ooh, actually, let's set it for 30 seconds. That's going to make it a long time before it runs the first time. But I want to see if when it updates from the server, if the points kind of line up. But they're not going to yet because power. Okay. I need 10 seconds divided by 30 milliseconds. Dang it. So 10,000 milliseconds divided by 30 is 333. So what power does it need to get to? Neuro. Tick. Power 64. Because of the color thing. Oh man. I wish I'd thought ahead on this one a little bit more. Power was just arbitrary, a display of things. But now I want it to be based on time. So I can't just update it every tick without knowing the time involved. And yikes. Actually, that is arbitrary. So, hey, what are you doing? So wait. X power equals 333. And if I replace all of these, you wrote up max power. I think that'll work. The display says otherwise. Probably because of this. So I'm just gonna put that in here. This dot max power. And then I have to switch all of these to this. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. But it's that power. It's not updated with the ticks. All right, reload. And I'm going to reload over here, see if there's anything stupid happening. Okay. Client side as opposed to server side. Everybody okay over here? Where does power come from? Pages. Index. Tick. Power plus equals random stuff. We're just gonna say 1 now. Now I have to refresh again. But all right, we'll see. We'll see. I have to wait 30 full seconds. When you're waiting for something, 30 seconds is like forever. I mean, even in the time I started talking about how long 30 seconds is, only 20 seconds have gone by. So, you know, waiting an additional 10 seconds and then maybe, possibly seeing, there it is. They showed up, except there's no circles. I broke it. Why you broke? No errors. I don't see errors. I don't see errors. So at least there's that. Nero. Draw. Wait. It's that line width. Power divided by max power, which we set up here. Oh, I fail because of capitalization. It's not the same as capitalism, but it's still a fail. Do I also have last points failing here? No. Okay, good. That might fix that. And we have it playing, so it auto-updated when I made those changes. So now I get to wait another 30 seconds to see what happened. Maybe it will work now. With constructor always sets max power to the exact same thing, which is 333, which should make the circle grow to maximum size every 10 seconds, which is 333 frames. Cool. And then we have to wait another cycle because the Neuros didn't exist on the first cycle, so they couldn't be updated. Maybe I need to fix that. There we go. And now, so 720, 721. And, you know, they're in step again because the timing is the same. 722. And we should have a server update soon. There's 24. We might have had a server update, and we would never notice. Which is exactly what we want. We don't want there to be an obvious timing for when the server updated. And the server's going to be updating possibly out of sync of these pulses. And the idea is just to keep it close enough. Because this is just a display. Yeah. Next thing to do in the Neuros. We're in a Neuro. Imagine that. And we've got the draw context. The fill style. Going to put the points first. I'm going to ctx dot fill. Fill style equals style display style display style colon like that. Is there display style? Yes? Then use the display style. No? Use white. Next. Display style. Goes after display name. All right, we'll flip it. There. If display style is empty string, use white. Otherwise, use display style. And that's fill style. So then when you display the name, it's in the display style. Now, we need to go back to index. Because when we create the Neuros, here's display style. color. Like that. I think like that. That might work. That way your chat name color is the color under your Nero. So it matches what you set. And it sounds like my music just stopped again. Let me mute it and unmute it. I don't understand. Max volume? Nope. It's just not playing anymore. That's something else I want to fix for my streams. I want to have a separate music player because there's more you can do with it. You can have visualizations, you can have other fun things happening, not just the song title. But I'm still confused. Mute desktop. Unmute desktop. No. Stop. You restart. Well, that's yeah. Something else to fix. If I switch scenes. Oh, hey, music. Okay, it's back. Hey, look, the color worked. I should probably make it bold, though. How do bold? So if I do CTX font weight, why they do dashes? Bold. So over here in draw, I can change the font here to bold. Then we have to wait 30 seconds, which is why I initially set it to 10 seconds, because it just takes forever. Let's fix that again. Where am I? Wrong place? It's not the wrong place. Init. Server update. 10 seconds. Thank you. And there goes the music again. It just stopped. So yeah. I mean, one of the reasons I'm using this method, and this method is having the OBS media player, using a system called Tuna, so that I can just, it's always playing in the stream, and it's part of the streaming software, so it just works. But yeah, look at the prettiness. I made prettiness. I'm happy. Now, I could make the Neuros also that color, but that could get kind of confusing. And the color is being pulled from the Twitch chat color setting of your username. So, like, if I, where's my, that one, that one, and I go to here, and I go to channel, and there's my stream chat, and I click here, and I pick a color, red, and I say now red. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? Global name color. Pick a color, any color. Oh, it may take several minutes for your color to update in the chat room. Okay. Yay. So, several minutes later. Hey, it's red. And now, since I chatted and it updated, when I get a server update, my Nero might update. No, not yet. I got my points for chatting though. Why not? Because the Nero is not going to update that, because that's not one of the things that is updated in the server update system. So when we have a server update, we update players for player and online players via Neuro. I do have it here. Oh no, that's for new. So only when it's new. So if I reload, no, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to go here. I'm going to have to say if Nero dot Neros a dot display style is not equal to players p dot color. maybe? We'll wait the 10 seconds. We'll see what happens. And then I'll change my color again. So it's red now. Now go back to here and put it back to what I wanted, which matches one of my favorite shirts. Then wait another few minutes. Still red. Nope, now it's fixed. And then we'll wait for the update and see if it fixes my screen. Hey, there it goes. So, yeah. Whatever you set your usernames, excuse me, whatever you set your username color to, you can have it as the color under your Neuro. Good stuff. And that was also not what I was planning on doing today. In fact, nothing that I did today in this code is what I planned to do. Because of course not. What I planned to do was make the Neuros float around so that, you know, the location is random. I mentioned it. I was headed there. I got sidetracked. Just kind of more than a little bit, but hey, that's me. So let's see what's up here. Oh, okay. There's where the location is. Math.floor display width divided by 2 minus 100 plus 100 times object.keys Neuros.length. So each one is going to be further to the right. It's going to start in the middle, minus 100, and then each new one is going to go off to the right forever. And it's just going to be in the middle vertically. Now, what I should do here, this editor doesn't have like a select and comment. But I like to be able to stop times display height minus 100 plus 50. And pretty much the same thing here. Times display width minus 100. That's 50. Does that work? Yeah. Okay. So somewhere randomly between plus 50 and minus 50 of the borders. Ta-da. There they go. Now, they don't have velocities. And they don't have collisions yet. And I kind of want them to just float around, but I wanted them to be able to like bounce off each other and be attracted to the ones that they're connected to with dendries and various things like that. And that's the first step. It's like, okay, now they're not just going to all pile up or just make a string along the center. And if I go over to OBS and I grab idle thoughts, and I kill it, and then I put it back. Now we should see it show up where Cassiville and Outer Games are just going to be somewhere. There they are. Ha 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 ha. Just kind of randomly popped in. One over here, one over there. Big numbers. Colors are good. Text is a little small on my screen. Might have to fix that. But hey, I think it's good progress. I have been kind of working on a physics kind of engine thing, but that's like its whole own thing that I'm thinking about building it from scratch from stuff that I've already learned from here, there, and other places, and just trying to put together some of the simple stuff, but I still think I might want some of the complicated stuff in there. And maybe I'm overthinking a bunch of it. It's possible. It's likely, actually. So, I thought that maybe I'd want a vector 2 thing so that I could just, consolidate some of the vector things. And then, a vector 2 dot distance, it doesn't really care if the parameters you give it are actually vector 2s or not. It only cares if it has an x and a y. And then it does the calculation, Pythagorean theorem, easy, simple, direct. You get a distance. Um, and I was gonna do some don't do that. I was gonna do some simple like if you're using a vector 2 for what's it called? For velocity, and you want to do a reflection, then you just uh, multiply the vector 2 by vector 2 dot negative. And if you wanted to do something, I don't even know anymore. I've seen vector 2 dot 1 be useful in some contexts. So, and there's the cat. Meow. Come here. Freddy cat. Meow. 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 A little less demandy today. Don't know why, but he's a good boy. Good boy. Yeah. 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 So, yeah, I'm overthinking things. But I do need collision type because I need collisions. And the only one I'm immediately going to implement is circle because it makes sense. And of course, none. Just in case. Box would be easy for most things, and poly would be hard. So poly's kind of a to-do. And the physics system is going to have everything in the group. Everything that's physics is going to be in the group. But that means I have to cycle through every physics object for every other physics object to find out about collisions. And I think that's wasteful, even if I'm only going to have like 12 people, 12 neuros floating around. It's going to start getting process intense. And so I'm pondering doing a some form of partitioning algorithm to keep that minimized. And I would have to do that when it's added. So basically, when an object is added, it's put into the partitioning space, and then we know where everything is. So we know what's close to what. And then it's easy to determine what actual collision tests need to be made. Because if they're not in the same partition, then they can't be colliding with each other. And there's a few different ways to do that. I watched a couple of videos on it, but that was like a couple of months ago. So I'm probably going to have to dig into that again. I'm likely to put more effort into this system offline when I've got spare time at work, or just other times, but not tonight because it's already getting kind of late. Day job calls in the morning. so there's only so much I can do on any given evening. But I think we've made some good progress. We've got color, we've got points being tracked on the server, so when I reload, it's not everybody set back to 0. And I am going to reset these. I'm probably just going to delete the database when there's some actual game aspects to be done here. But this is all kind of foundational. I am going to want to have like stuff you can buy to make things better, to give you more points, or you get other updates, or you get benefit things. And by buy, I mean with these points that are over your Nero. You use these points. It's like Cookie Clicker. You buy things with cookies. I'm not saying channel points. I'm not saying bits or whatever actual money. While those might maybe in the future possibly be something that could be done. One, I'm not affiliate yet, so I can't even use them. And two, I want it to be just, for the fun of it. Maybe I'll expand it to be like a standalone game, and then people could play it separately like Cookie Clicker, and at that point it doesn't feel quite like a game worth playing. Half of the point is that you're going to be in the chat room playing with other people in the chat room. And so anyway, I'm rambling because it's late. Thanks for coming by. Hope you've enjoyed. I've been Aldering Games, playing around with Twitch chatbot / idle game. I call Idle Thoughts.
I don't have an answer for that.
I did not ask Alexa anything. But anyway, thanks for coming by. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope I can see you actually real time next time. Until next time, have fun.